Hello everyone, Tina here for Papertrey Inc. I hope your day is going fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to make a holiday card today. We're going to make a Christmas card with a beautiful swag. We're using the Into the Blooms swag die set. This just arrived over at the Papertrey Inc. shop and it's so fun. It has this beautiful layering bow and then all things swag to go with it. We'll be using this for my greeting. I'm going to be using the Ho 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 and the This Is Big Sentiments Ho 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 stamp set. There is a coordinating die set that will cut out this Ho 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 and this one. We're going to be using that to cut out our greeting. We may use a sub sentiment, I'm not sure. We'll see if we have room and how it looks. And then I thought we'd put the swag on a circle, so we're going to be using the Love to Layer Stitched Circle die set. So pretty. And then we're also going to be using the, this is not new, this has been in the Papertrey Inc. shop for a while. This is the stencil collection called Playful Dots. There's two stencils in here, some small ones and some larger ones. And we're going to be using the larger one here on our card today. So let's start by doing our die cutting. There are 18 dies in this set, and I'm going to bring in some colored cardstock. I'll share with you what colors we're going to be using. These are the colors of cardstock that we're going to be using today. We have Sweet Blush, Simply Chartreuse. We have Pure Poppy, White, and Spring Moss. So I'm going to die cut out my elements, we'll put them together, and we will do a little ink blending on them. Everything is die cut out. This is the bow, it layers beautifully together, and then for the swag I created a left and a right of each of these elements here, and then I created 3 holly leaves, and we're going to create some berry branches and keep them white, just because I like that wintry look on a card. So we have these little twigs, so we're going to attach our berries too. Let's put these aside, and we're going to do a little bit of, I'm going to put these aside too. For the rest, we're going to do a little bit of ink blending. Now I'm going to ink blend my pink leaves with Pure Poppy, and I'm just going to do a really quick, we're just going to add a little color, not too much, to the ends, because I want to make sure that I don't cover up that pink. Okay, I'll do the same thing with the other side. Okay, for my bow, we're going to add some of my Scarlet Jewel ink. This is like a real pretty dark browny red. And I'm just going to ink very lightly, ink up some of the edges here. Now for these leaves, we're going to bring in New Leaf ink. We're just going to add some green highlights to the very edges. Okay, we're just going to take these 2 little branches, and I'm going to add some glue at the very end. And then we're just going to take our little berry branches, and I'm just going to layer them. I'll do the same to this. And we'll put these to the side. To create our bow, I'm just going to take this first layer and we're just going to glue it down. And I'm going to tilt it just a little bit, just so you can see the layer behind it. I think that adds a lot of dimension to it. Now this with this next layer, I'm going to add some foam squares behind here. I'm only going to add it behind the middle because I'm going to do some tucking with the rest of the foliage. So this goes here, and then I will add a little glue to the center, and we're going to add our center bow piece, and that is our bow. Isn't it gorgeous? Now we're going to go ahead and put together our swag. So I have my piece here. I put a little glue at the very base of my pine needles, and I'm going to tuck this under here. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. After we have these adhered, I'm going to go ahead and take my holly leaves and I'll put some glue at the very base. This holly leaf is going to be tucked at an angle over here. So this is what the back looks like so far. Okay, and then we have our green pine needles. I'm going to add a little bit of glue. This is what I like to do. I like to tuck it underneath this bow here, and then I press down on that bow, and then it attaches. I'll do the same thing to the other side. A little bit of glue. We'll just tuck it under here. I'll give it a press. And then we have some pine needles kind of tucked under there. Now we're going to go ahead and add our berries. We'll do the same thing with these. I think that's a good spot. And this one, I'm going to tuck under here. And lastly, we're going to add our pink foliage. Just do a little tucking with this. And our swag is, all done. I'm going to flip this over and then I'll put some foam squares behind here, because we're going to end up popping this up in a little bit. And plus it helps secure all of these elements together. We're going to put this to the side, and I'm going to bring in some pure poppy cardstock, and we're going to do a little ink blending with our stencil. I'm going to take the largest Playful dot and I'm going to tack it down here. Once we have this adhered, I'm going to bring back my pure poppy ink, and we're just going to go for a tone on tone with the red. And I'm kind of going to go heavy because since it's pure poppy on pure poppy, I want to be able to see the difference. And then we can take a look. Wonderful. I'm going to put this to the side. Now we're going to stamp our greeting. We're going to take our image here. I'm going to stamp ho 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 on some white cardstock. Again, I'm going to use my pure poppy ink. We'll just ink this up. And I'll give it a good press. I'm also going to stamp in this upper section, wishing you a joyous season. And for this, I'm going to be using my True Black ink. Okay, these are done. I'm going to go ahead and take the coordinating die, and I will cut these out. So I have my greeting all done, and then I also die cut out a circle with my Love to Layer stitch circle die set. I took the largest and die cut this out with my Simply Chartreuse. Let's go ahead and add our swag to our scallop. I'm going to go ahead and take my swag, and we're going to attach it here. I went ahead and tacked down my ho 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 to this, and I decided I'm not going to use my wishing you a joyous. I decided not to use my sub-sentiment. I think ho 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 is going to be perfect for my card. So we're going to put this to the side. I'm going to take my stenciled panel, and then I have a piece of the same Sweet Blush cardstock. We're going to go ahead and add some glue behind here. And I'm going to create a thin strip of that Sweet Blush at the very top. And then I'll take this panel and we're going to tack it down to the front of a side folding landscape style card. Place it right at the bottom here. Now just so I'm going to do a little bit of card surgery, and I'm going to add these a little bit more at an angle so they fit on my card base a little bit better. I'll do the same thing to this side. Now for finishing touches, I'm going to bring in some of my Stickles. This is Stardust, and I'm going to add it over the berries to give them a little dimension, a little texture, and some shine. I'm also going to add a little bit to the white pine needles, just making so it looks like there's a little bit of snowfall. And that will finish off my card for today. I hope you enjoyed my projects. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.